Hey, you guys. Um, I've been meaning to make a video for a while in regards to the hair system, and you'll have to excuse me because I just recently, well, very recently woke up, and it's all a bit of a mess right now. Plus, I had it cut into a different style yesterday, so I'm having to retrain it and do whatever. I've still got bits of hair falling out my head. I need to get in the shower, really. Um, anyway, so I've been meaning to do. There's so many things that I need to tell you about this hair system, and I probably should have written them down, but if any of you have watched any of my previous videos, you'll know that I'm a nightmare at doing that stuff. I just work so much and rarely ever get a day off, and today happens to be one of those days off, so it's panning out pretty well, except from writing things down. So we'll just go with what I remember and hope for the best. So I'm on my third hair system now. A lot of people, when I made my first ever video, were really skeptical that I was going to be able to, like, I don't even know, like, deal with it for more than 4 months, I think is what a lot of people are saying. So with being on my third system, I think I'm about June, July, August, September, October. I'm 6 months in. Cool. I wouldn't normally, I think, well, I might have just been going on to my third system now, but I did have a few issues with both of my other two systems. That's a lie. The first system I had replaced at 10 weeks because that was just when they could fit me in. And then the second system I had, I absolutely loved initially. And then it kind of just started falling apart really, really quickly. And it turns out that was my fault. So there's this daily conditioner they give you. You're meant to spray in your hair every day, but it does kind of make your hair feel like you've put hairspray on it, and I didn't like that feeling, so I basically stopped using it because I went with a longer length, and I wanted to kind of, play with it. Basically, I didn't want it feeling sticky and whatever, so I didn't use it. And then about 6 weeks into having it, I was nearly bald again, and it was giving me flashbacks. So the hair club replaced it when I was about 8 or 9 weeks into using that hair system. Thankfully, thank God. And they gave me this one. So at very, very short notice, I basically told them that I wanted my hair to be silver. Usually it takes a couple weeks for them to order anything in, and obviously I was in a bit of a crisis anyway. But fortunately, they had a silver piece there. It's not quite the silver I wanted, but it's definitely a good step because this still has some brown in it. You can't really see it here on the camera, but it was a good transitional step. The downside being is that they've got two systems already there that were made for me, and they're brown, so I can't actually continue with the silver for now because they can't order any more in. They can't basically create like a huge stockpile just for one client. So unfortunately, so I'm going to have to go back to brown before I go back to silver, but the chances are it'll be summertime before I do that. So I might just keep it brown until next winter, essentially. But other than that, things are going well. And I'm glad that I chose to go with the hair club. I'm glad that, I decided to get hair again, but to do with the hair club, no, they're not the cheapest brand out there. I can tell you that now. They're not the cheapest brand out there. But are they worth it? Yes, 110%. I mean, for me, yes, I've found other places I can get hair cheaper. It does cut out a lot of the benefits that Hair Club give you. So, like, if I were to just buy, there's a website where I can just buy the hair system, but then that involves me having to, shape it and glue it on and do all the maintenance myself. As crafty as I am, I'm not comfortable doing that. So, I would just personally rather stick with the hair club. Then there's incidents like yesterday. I basically sweated loads the day before, which we'll get onto why that's an issue now. And the bond that I had on the back, so I've got one type of bond on the front and one type on the back, leaked through down into my hair, and I woke up in this sticky kind of mess, and I drove straight to the hair club and hoped to God that they could fit me in somewhere because I know they're always super busy. And lo and behold, when I get there, they were literally like, this is perfect timing. Somebody's just cancelled with one of the hairstylists, so we can get you in. And it was just perfect. So I went in there. The hairstylist, like, fixed it, got all the glue out, and then my hair was a lot longer than this yesterday. It was really long actually, and I was brushing it back. But I'm basically being lazy, and I can't be bothered maintaining the front where it glues down by here. So whenever it peels up, I find myself really desperately just trying to like push it back down rather than actually doing what I'm supposed to do, and that's glue it back down. So because I'm super lazy, I asked them to cut it differently so that the fringe came forward, and that way if I'm in work and I'm getting too hot and it starts to lift, I'm fine. Nobody's gonna know. So the reason this is an issue for me is we're actually still trying to figure it out, because I am one of 2 clients they have in their center that doesn't seem to get along with any of the bonds they use. I mean, they work, clearly, it's on my head, and you can see, it's not going anywhere. But when I sweat, the one bond, which is the ghost bond, turns white. That's not good. And the other one just leaks through into my hair and just becomes this crazy mess. It's actually happening right now at the back, so I've got to fix that in a little bit. So that's a bummer. I may have to resort to going online and finding something else, since they don't sell any other ones or whatever, but then I don't know. We're just going to see. With the winter coming, it probably won't be a problem now for a few months, so fingers crossed that that's the case. One other thing is, as well, I've switched to a different type of technology. So I initially had the lace front, it's not even a lace front, it's just entirely lace hair system. I'm probably most definitely getting the names of these all mixed up and wrong and whatever, but, I don't work there. I'm trying my best. So I brought my brush because I want to show you the new system I've switched to. The lace system is very much like if you part your hair, you can see your scalp and stuff, but for me, the lace deteriorated at the front. I wasn't much of a fan of it, especially with the first type of bond I used. If it was a case of I had to have lace and that type of bond, and that was my only option, I honestly think I would rather be bald. So that's just a reference for anyone considering it. It might work for you, but it definitely didn't for me, and everybody is different, so you just gotta bear that in mind. But I would actually rather be bald than have the lace front system again with that particular type of bond. So I wish I could remember the name of it. I think it was the Ultra Hold. I really don't like it. I really, really, really don't like it. So I'm sorry. So I got my brush. I'm just going to show you with this new technology that I've got. It's basically a clear, like, membrane. It's like a plastic, a very thin plastic, but it's like skin. Am I making any sense? Okay, so I'm going to brush my hair. I'm going to show you how awesome this looks. Okay, so there you go. So you can see my skin, basically, underneath all of that. So it's better if I go sideways. But yeah, I mean, look at that. You can look as long as you want. You can pause the video, and you still will not be able to tell that there is a hair system there, really. It just looks like it's straight on my scalp. Like, that's coming right out of my own head. Now, this is another reason why I pay what I pay to have this hair system. If that isn't one of the most amazing things you've ever seen, then, I mean, you don't know what you're talking about, really. Oh, I've still got bad head look. So, that for me is one of the big deals about this. Oh, not in focus. Yeah, that for me is one of the big deals about this particular system. So, going from the lace to this, with the lace, yes, you could see the scalp, but it wasn't quite like that. Like, I could literally, in work, be faffing about with my hair, and nobody's gonna have a clue, really. So if you did want to get this system and be like really incognito, then brilliant. I mean, I'm not. I mean, I'm very open about it. I often have people coming up to me in work and saying, oh, I wish I had hair like you. And I'm like, dude, it's fake. Get yourself to the hair club. Like, I talk about it all the time. I talk about how, this is glued on my head, and people always look so shocked and so amazed. And then I get the 40,000 questions. Can you swim with it? Can you sleep with it? Can you shower? Blah, blah, blah. And the answer is yes to all of them. Have I done all of them? Yes, I've done all of them. I'm the kind of kid that likes to push things to the limit and test things out. So yeah, I've done every single one of them, and successfully. I still have hair on my head, and yes, it's a lot of maintenance. But even I'm super lazy when it comes to hair. I've never been a person to faff about over my hair a lot, and if I can manage it, anybody can manage it. So yeah, when I say it's a lot of maintenance, it is, but it isn't. If I can do it, honestly, anybody can do this. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of get that out there, and that covers the glue, what the hair system actually looks like. I think that's pretty awesome. Tell me if you think differently, honestly. But I'm not sure if this video is going to be any use to you, but I just really wanted to explain those few things. And I actually really need to get in the shower. So I'm going to upload this video now. Give it a thumbs up if it was any use whatsoever. Subscribe to my channel, because I talk about all sorts of random stuff, to be honest. And yeah, just comment below, especially if you've got any different types of bonds. If you use one of these yourself and you've got a bond that deals with intense sweating, let me know, because I would love to try it. So yeah, drop a comment below. My links to my Facebook, email, Snapchat, and whatever else, Instagram, are all down below as well. If you need to contact me, do so on any of those platforms, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you for watching, and peace out.